What up, people? I want to say a big thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
Another day, another stock market week, actually.
Yep.
And it wasn't. Actually, I don't know what the market was like this week. It was neither good nor bad.
Yeah, it was like a ton of going up and down, and we could see that during the week, during the announcement of the big guys, we saw the S&P 500 and other indexes going up, and then on Friday we saw them going down, like the S&P 500.
Everything is pretty much very okay. Everything on Friday was very much down.
Exactly.
And it's quite. I don't know. I think the behavior of the market these days is just. It's quite weird.
I feel like they just lured us into the market again.
For us, let's take for example, during the week, Tesla announced. So we had a lot of announcements. We had Apple, AMD, and the like. So a lot of companies, even Microsoft.
Yep.
Microsoft and Facebook announced in the course of this past week, and you could actually see, for example, that the hype was built up. Right, most of these stocks got pumped. And then just immediately after the announcement, there was the sell-off. For example, Tesla. The numbers were very phenomenal. Very nice numbers. Everything was quite on point. I don't understand. The next day, after the announcement, it just kept dropping, and that was it.
And then we also saw the same thing for NEO, which also announced. It's really interesting anyways.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was also a speculation that everyone was, the Reddit guys or the millennial investors were kind of pissed off that Tesla sold some of its position in Bitcoin, and they felt like they just used that to kind of claim or announce profitability. So realizing that they did that, a lot of people were tweeting at Elon Musk like, why did you do this and all that? And Musk was like, I had to sell 10% of Tesla's Bitcoin to show that it can be liquefied, and they can use it as part of their quarterly earnings announcement. So we still saw Tesla going back up on Friday, and a lot of things have been up and about. So it's a very great week. We're just gonna go through some of the stocks we picked from last week.
Yep.
I don't know if you have any more stuff to share.
Actually, for me, I'm just looking at some of the charts now. As you mentioned, NEO actually announced.
Yep.
NEO announced, and it wasn't the best from them. I would say AMD did. Facebook was the only one that announced, and after the announcement, the stock was up, I think, 14% just after the announcement. Yeah, it was quite interesting because remember last year when there was this whole issue with banning Trump, and everybody said, "Oh, Facebook is dead, and Twitter is dead, everybody's dead, or nobody's going to use them anymore." Now they are really crushing their revenues and all that. So it's quite interesting to know. Yeah, we can just share.
Yeah, we also had that quick jump, not just on Facebook but also on Google. Google really spiked up a lot after the quarterly earnings announcement, from about $2,300 to $2,400.
Yep.
But anyways, we're just gonna look at the stocks we picked for last week, and number one is X, United States Steel Corporation, ticker symbol X, and they went down minus 2.95%. I still feel like this is a great company for a long-term investment, and they have very good potential. We spoke about Alqua Corporations, ticker symbol AA.
Yep.
We talked about this stock, I think, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, and we mentioned it again last week. It has been up plus 5.5% in the past 5 days, and if we look at the 6-month chart or the 1-month chart, we can see that this is a growth company. It's really growing up with time, and this is something you want to hold for the long term and keep on your watch list. The next is NVIDIA. We mentioned about the chip shortage and the demand supply probably hype, but NVIDIA went down minus 6.8%. We know that a lot of people are quite familiar with these ones, although they are quite expensive, but it's a good long-term investment. And we also picked LTNC, ticker symbol LTNC, Labor Smart. This on the OTC market. We got this stuff from Clubhouse, actually, from a friend of ours.
Yeah.
She has been talking about this for over 2 months or something.
Yeah.
But we saw a drop over the past 5 days, and minus 5.13%. However, that's the general rating or average rating over the past 5 days. But you could see that after Tuesday, we saw a hype on Wednesday or Tuesday aftermarket from 0.05 to about 0.07. So this would have probably been a good entry if you had gotten in after our previous video on Monday at about 0.4 or 0.5 ish dollar. So you would probably have gotten to the high price. However, this is a very risky one. It's a very penny stock with about 28,000% in the past 1 year. That's crazy. And the last pick, or one of the last pick that I gave was Vuzix, ticker symbol VUZI. They went down minus 0.26%. They're going to have their quarterly earnings announcement sometime in May. So I think you want to buy this company. Like, I hold positions in this company, quite a huge amount of money. And I'm very optimistic that they're going to have a good quarterly earnings announcement. I've looked into the company. They have great potentials, more contracts, and they should probably be beating expectations. So we'll probably be looking at a price target of about $28 for this one.
I have quite some position in there as well, and I think it's quite a solid company, and they should. I don't know how much the earnings announcement would affect the stock, because we have seen over the past few weeks that it can go either way. You may report stellar numbers and the market just decides to sell off. It's very possible. But I think the company is positioned properly, is positioned well, and they will do quite well in the long run anyway.
Yep. And two other mentions were Mahwin. Ticker symbol MUX. That's one of his favorite.
MUX. It was up to about 1.25. That's the highest I've ever seen it. The highest I've ever seen, 1.25.
Yeah.
So if you've got in at, for example, 1.08 or 0.9 or whatever, you would have been smiling to the bank now.
Yeah.
It was up how many percent this week?
4.35%, which is quite a lot for a very penny play. I mean, the idea was to buy this on a massive way.
So is the volume, right?
Volume
so
play.
The number, or the higher the number you buy, the more money you make on this particular stock, because it's very cheap.
And then one of the other picks we had was SQ Square, which everyone really knows about. It's a big one. It's growing. A lot of venturing into different technologies, and it was minus 0.65%.
It went down a bit. I sold
the past 5 days.
I sold some of my positions there. I got back in. So I sold, got that, took profit. I went back in again. Sold again, and then went back in before the close of the market week, let's say.
Yeah, we're going to be having Square quarterly earnings announcement next week, I think.
Thursday, I think that's something to watch out for, actually.
Yeah, if they continue or they move on the path of dealing in cryptocurrencies, that could really drive up the prices. So that was it for our picks.
So that's it for the stock picks from last week. Now we have some new stocks we would like to introduce to you.
Yep.
in this week. And the first one is FREQ. Now, I need to make it clear that most of the stocks we mentioned today, or I will mention at least, I've not bought them yet. So I just actually found them, and I feel like they are good stocks for you to have in your watch list at least, before you decide to actually get in or not. Now, the first one is FREQ. That is the name of the company. It's Frequency Therapeutics, and it's a biotech company, as the name implies, and they focus on harnessing the body's innate biology to repair and reverse damage caused or degenerative diseases. So something around there, all this complex stuff. But the interesting thing is, they were trading at about 55. Sometime around February, March. Of course, it could have been very hyped, but even last year, they were trading at about 25, 30. Now it's trading at about 11, and I feel like there's a gap there which needs to be filled. So there's a gap between 11 and 30. So, in my opinion, I think the target price for this stock would be somewhere around 20, 25. So again, I'll be watching it for some time, see what direction it's going, see what the trend or the new trend would be before I get in. So if you're interested, I'm not saying go get in right now. Please save your money for some time, see the trend, understand it, understand you the company if you're interested in what they do, and then you can try to get it.
I'd also like to highlight that FREQ, the stock you just mentioned, they plunged 72%.
Yeah.
And you want to know why.
Yeah.
So what I can read now online is that was because of the failed trial regime or 4-phase trial for resolving the loss of hearing. So when this kind of research or studies fail in a pharmaceutical company or biotech company, it really affects the stock price.
It does. And
so
you have to wait for they just need to get it right once. Right? And then
so for this kind of cases, you want to go to the company's website, read into their investor statement or what the CEO has to say about the failure, and then you can understand if they're on the right path or it's a total failure. So in some cases, they might be on the right path to go back up, and in some cases, it's a total failure. So you also want to see if the internal people are selling their positions or everyone is buying more.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you. Yeah. So that's FREQ. The next is WKHS, and the company is Workhorse Group Incorporated, and they make not flying cars. They make electric vehicles. They build there's this specific cloud-based real-time telematics performance monitoring system. It's a mouthful, but anyway, they make some cool stuff, including EVs, right? They design, they manufacture, and also they build as well. It seems to me like a very solid company, especially in this green space and sustainability and all that, which the world is very interested in now. I feel like it's a good stock to have in your watch list at least. In my opinion, the target price will be somewhere around 25. So currently it's trading at about 12.39, and I see there is a gap that needs to be filled somewhere there. It used to trade at about 40. Most of the time it traded at about 25-30, but now it dropped for specific reasons, and that's something you may want to find out. Currently traded at 12.39, so I feel like a good target for it would be about 20-25. There's news.
Well, we also have ARK Invest buying into the company, so
okay,
they probably have a good DD on them, and it's something you want to put on your watch list and check it out. Although we've been seeing, if you compare it to the S&P 500, we've been seeing them drop over the past 9 months, but in a long term, over the past 1 year, you probably still be on profit. So this might be a good entry for the company itself.
And the last one from me today would be Embraer. So Embraer is the jet manufacturing company, right? They make jets, and they sell aircraft and all that. Ticker symbol is ERJ. So Echo Romeo Juliet, ERJ. Now for this, I'm not entirely sure what the target price would be. That's just the truth. I'm not sure if it would. I'm thinking somewhere around 14 and 17. However, I still need to do some more research here to see exactly how COVID has affected them as a company. Of course, COVID has affected a lot of aircraft manufacturers, Airbus, Boeing, and the likes. So I need to do some more DD there. But I think it's a good one for you to have in your watch list or on your watch list. I think a good target price would be somewhere around 15-17. But I'm going to touch on it again next week when I've done some. I'm
pretty decent price right now, $11.
It's not bad at all. Really, it's not bad at all. What can go wrong? I don't think they would go lower than that anytime soon. Anyway.
Yeah, that's good. I just want to highlight one thing. Some of the stocks we also picked over the past couple of weeks are coming back up. We saw a very deep plunge in March, and then we thought March dip was going to bring April rips, but then we still saw more dips in April, and now we are in May. So I just wanted to highlight that one of the main stocks, some of the stocks we picked over the couple of videos that we've had, maybe 10 videos behind or 7 videos behind. AHT, Ashford, Hospitality, they went up crazy this week, back to back 25-24% in 2 days. In the past 5 days, it was already up over 45%. Although we were in this company and we've been super down based on the fact that the whole market was really bad.
Yeah.
So the 45% up didn't really influence us. But you may want to look into this and buy into the company. I feel like they would have a good post-COVID rating afterwards because the price really fell. They're into housing and hospitality, as the name implies. And we also had HCMC, which we are riding on because of
HCMC.
the court case. And we're expecting to have a hearing on Monday, May 3rd. So we saw a big rise on Friday, 30 something percent. And we are hoping that on Monday the ride keeps going. And this might be a very easy, quick penny play for you. However, those are some of the things from the other videos. And my pick for this coming week, number one will be Vaxart. Ticker symbol VXRT. Why? Vaxart, they're a pharmaceutical company, a therapeutic company, but they are working on creating solutions for COVID-19. And we saw crazy hype sometime in February that was going up to the all-time high $24.9, and eventually the next day it plunges badly. Why did it plunge? It plunges because the results for their phase 2 test phase 2 test of their COVID related drug wasn't successful or wasn't as expected. So we saw a deep plunge. I bought into the plunge and I kept buying more, and I was able to get out my money during this week based on the hype. And now that we're seeing new cases in India and new variants of this COVID-19, I feel like vaccine stocks still have a potential to go up. So one of the key vaccine stock we bought last year was Novavax, but we went out of the company after a very good profit.
BTNX as well, BioNTech as well.
Yeah.
So the partner of Pfizer.
Yeah. So
yeah.
VXRT number one, and I will still employers to look into Vuzix, ticker symbol VUZI, and another pick for me would be Digital Turbine, ticker symbol APPS. Digital Turbine we got in since, I think, when did you get in? At $3?
Yeah, $3-4 maybe.
So about a year ago, and it's already about 1,000% up. But why am I picking Digital Turbine right now? It's below its all-time high price. They're a very good company having good contracts and good growth. And we're seeing a couple of news talking about how they're securing deals, and they also bought some companies in March, and so it's really growing, and they're really getting more acquisition for mobile advertisement and all these kind of deals. So I think Digital Turbine currently trading at $75. I have positions in this company, about 5 units, and I really want to get a price target of about 80 or 90.
Yeah, it trades at about so between now it's 75, so 75 to 90. Sometimes it gets to about 89, 90 thereabout.
Yeah.
So I think it's really a good one to have. It is really a good one to have.
And then the last one is a Chinese company, very risky play. Ticker symbol TIRX, Tian Ruheng, or whatever it's called, Holdings. They're into insurance. They're kind of like an insurance policy company or insurance broker in China. And they filed IPO not too long ago, and they got in about $16, and we saw a good run up to about $100. And all of a sudden, on sometime in April, this price just went down. Boom, crazy, to $18. And people are wondering what happened. We couldn't find any news because it's a Chinese company. Probably the only news was on Chinese websites, or maybe people said it was a pump and dump. But then I also read that NASDAQ was planning to delist them because they're failing to make a quarterly earnings announcement at the expected time based on the rule of being on the NASDAQ. But lucky for us, they had this earnings announcement eventually, and they beat expectations, and they regained being listed on NASDAQ by complying to the TNC, the terms and conditions. And currently trading at $14.5. It went up to about $20 something during the week. So I was in when the thing came down. When it got up during the week, I got the profit, and now it's going down again. I bought some units, and I feel like we might be seeing a good run up during the week.
Yeah, but again, it's Chinese stock. You may want to be very careful there. So as we've mentioned in past videos, you need to do your DD. really, on Chinese companies, so you don't end up with the company or stock that would get delisted or anything like that.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you would like to share?
Oh, that's it. We have a couple of big guys making earnings announcement.
Yeah.
I think I already lost their names.
We have quite a number of companies.
SQ, for instance.
Yeah, Square is making. I don't remember this particular, but anyway, you can always check that on Stock Tweets or even Yahoo Finance. You see those that are announcing in the course of the week. That may actually up your decision making, right? So please check that out. And yeah, that's all from me for today.
Yeah, that's all for me too. So
yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe, like this video also. And join us again next week. We'll be coming over with new stocks for you.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
And stay safe.